salutations, and welcome to Reading Between the Lines. I am your host, the Waterdog, and today I'm going to be giving you my 10 favorite vampires from 3rd edition. But before I do that, please do me the kind favor of hitting up my sponsor, KGS Cards. That's right, man. My go-to spot for all my great VTES product that I'm getting, all that new stuff that comes out, that's exactly who I go to, KGS Cards, man. Go to www.kgs-cards. He's got a 3rd tradition progeny and a 4th tradition accounting promos for you when you make your orders. Tell him the Water Dog sent you. All right, man, let's get to this, brother. 3rd edition came out in 2006. It was a 390 card set, and it was basically the Sabbat, okay? And that's really where it was at. It also introduced a couple of new mechanics, one of them being the trifles, which I think is a great mechanic for the MasterCards. And then it also started the draft thing where you could, it had the draft text. And so it was designed to be drafted, okay? And so it had the draft text, and you could use the draft text in your draft. And I thought that was kind of a neat thing because so when it came out, we drafted this thing, okay? And I drafted it on a few occasions when this set first came out. Thought it was a lot of fun to play. Good set. Like I said, there's a lot of really good vampires, and some of these vampires are going to be staples. Now, the one thing you need to realize, once again, I'm going to say it again, these are my favorites. This does not have anything to do with what I think is the best vampires. These are my favorites. Some of them may coincide with other players' themes. Some of them are going to be some of the staple cards that are out there because, every once in a while you're going to play with the staple cards. I've tried to stay as true as I can to what I've really played out of these sets the most. And that's kind of what I've been sticking with since I've been doing these 10 favorite videos for you, these top 10 vampire videos, celebrating the 30th anniversary of VTES. So let's get to it, man. Let's start at the number 10 spot. At the number 10 spot, Claus Conrad. He is a Toreador Antitubrew. He's got little mountain, little fist, big eye, big lightning bolt, big asterisk. He's just big all over, brother. He's a Sabbat Cardinal. Get you 3 votes, and he's 8 capacity. An 8 capacity Cardinal. And so he gets into play with all of those great Sabbat cards, like Abbott and stuff, where you can get yourself some extra intercept and stuff. Where you can kind of pay the bloods and unlock and do all that stuff. And he goes great to the Toreador Antitubrew vampires. Really good vampire. I've got a Toreador Antitubrew deck. I actually just played, last week. And so that was a lot of fun to pull that out because I hadn't played it in about a year or so. And so I pulled it out and had a lot of fun with it. And this is one of the staple vampires for that deck. Claus, brother. Really good. Go to the 9th spot. This vampire needs no introduction. He's probably going to be on a lot of people's list of vampires from this set, and that is Keith Moody. He is a Tremere Antitubrew. He's got Superior Dominate, Sabbat. During your untap phase, if your prey has the edge, he or she may burn it to cause Keith to burn 1 blood, and he's 3 capacity. The downside for that really hardly ever comes into effect. Really what you've got Keith out there for, like everybody else, he's just a really good blocker. Not only that, if you can get him turn 1 and your opponent doesn't have a vampire out, well, guess what? There's the possibility you're bleeding for 6. Just saying. Govern bleed, condition, 6, right out of the gate, and they're starting turn 2, 6 pull down. That's pretty good, okay? Keith Moody, man, he's a staple in a lot of decks. And I like playing with, I'll be the first person in. If you know anything, I like Tiny Dominate. Keith Moody fits right into Tiny Dominate for me, so there you go. At the 8th spot, we've got Conrad Fleer. He is a Ventru. I'm going to have to get Ventru Antitubrew. Okay, let's just get, for whatever I was getting tongue-tied. I couldn't get it out, okay? All right, so we got little pentagram. All right, big paw, big eye, big chain, big mountain. And he's just loaded with all these good things. Sabbat. Once each round, Conrad may treat 1 aggravated damage as normal. He gets an optional press each combat. All righty. He's one of these kind of vampires that I like playing 1 vampire with. Now, his capacity is a little bit higher than most times that I like to play with the 1 vampire concept. But Conrad fits right into it, especially because you've got that superior fortitude, man. And so with that, you're being able to multi-act, okay? He's got the superior paw that I like, okay? And then when if you need to, you can bounce bleed with him. Either way, you can do that with the eye, you can do that with the chain, you can do it either way. And you can bounce bleed with all that stuff. And it works really, really, really good. I like Conrad, man. Great vampire. He hits the 8th spot. At the 7th spot, it's Hector. He's a Bruja in Tetrabrew. Here we go. Little Mountain, Big Lightning Bolt, Big Fist, Big Asterisk Mark, and he's got Big Quietus. He is a Sabbat Priscus. Damage from Hector's hand strikes is aggravated, and Bali get +1 bleed when bleeding you. He's a 9 capacity, and he fits into a specific, my Bruja and Tetrabrew deck. He's a big staple part of that. Being the Priscus, a lot of times you're not going to be seeing another Priscus, and so therefore you're going to get the 3 votes. And so he's vote strong. Combat, well, you can't go wrong. When you've got Big Fist, you're rocking and rolling. You've got celerity, you're taking additional strikes, and he's got aggravated hand damage. And so he is a vampire that puts vampires into the dirt. Okay, he topors them really, really well. He's really great in these vote combat decks. Hector really, really strong. Here we go into the 6th spot. Lady Zara Slotikov. Big Paw, Big Eye, Big Blank, and Big Vicissitude. She's a Sabbat Bishop. Zara gets an optional press each combat, and she may enter combat with a ready Bali as a D action. So you get the optional press for the combat. And once again, the Big Paw, man, what can I say? I love animalism, and I've just, played a lot of it. You've got the off specs, so if you need to block, then you can then block. If you need to get an action off, you've got the obfuscate there, the vicissitude. The combination of having animalism and vicissitude is just a great combat package of disciplines, and so having this Samisi vampire really, really strong, and she hits the 6th spot. At the 5th spot, a vampire that needs no introduction because you've either faced him or you've played him dozens of times, and that's Antonio de Erlet. Little chain, little mountain, little fist, big pentagram. He is a Sabbat vampire. Tremere and Tetrabrew, as I said, and of course it's the special. It's the reason why we play him. While Antonio is ready, you may spend 4 transfers to search your hand or library. I'm going to have to blow this up for whatever reason. It's kind of the print in there got to become very, very small. Okay, well, Antonio's ready. You may spend 4 transfers to search your hand or library. I'm just getting old. It's sad. Okay, you can spend 4 transfers to search your hand or library. Shuffle afterward for a mage ally Antonio could play. Put that ally in play with life equal to his starting amount and pay cost is normal. All right, this is your Nefandis guy. He's the guy that just brings out your Nefandises. This is what makes Nefandis decks viable, truly viable, because you can just bring out a whole host. You can take an action to put one in play, and then you can use the influence phase to bring out another, so on and so forth. And so it just adds things. Throw Keith Moody into this deck, and you're rocking and rolling. You're just having a good time. And so, like I said, it's a stable vampire. I've got my own Antonio de Erlet deck that I have built. I have only played it once in a tournament. I probably need to play it again in the tournament. But he's just a really, really, really good vampire. And like I said, he's your Nefandis king. So there you go. At the 4 spot, oh man, Lord Voxil. And I'm going to be honest with you about this. The reason why I play this vampire is the art. I love the art. I just think this is such a cool looking vampire. Why not play with this vampire? That's really was my first attraction. It's like, this guy looks so cool. So there you go. He is a lasombra. Big chain, big obtenebration, big fist, big pentagram, Sabbat, and he's 7 capacity. So you get 4, count them, 4 superior disciplines at the 7th spot. You can't go wrong with that. Just a really, really good vampire. He goes into your lasombra decks very, very well. To get those 4 superior disciplines. If you're playing it with the group 4 lasombra, he's got to go in there at least into 1 of the slots, if not 2 of the slots. Good vampire. Love Lord Voxil. And just look at them teethers, man. To the third spot, the lady, she needs no introduction. Here we go. Oxana Doclau. We got little lightning bolt, little pentagram, big paw, big mountain, big asterisk, and big cat's eye. There you go, man. You can tell. You got to realize I'm shooting this video probably at 3:30 in the morning, so I am a little loopy. So there you go. But in any case, you got these 4 great superior disciplines, and then here we go with her special. It's her special that really makes her stand out here. This Gangrel and Titchabrew Sabbat vampire. Once each turn, during a bleed against you, if Oxana is ready and unblocked, you may discard a master card from your hand to redirect the bleed to any other Methuselah. All right, she's 9 capacity. So she goes well into those sisters decks. You know, all those girls that give you the extra master phases, and then she goes in there, so it allows you to also cycle out master cards and stuff like that. Very big at the time with Asher tablets, you know, and stuff. But it's the special. The special is really, really strong. You know, being able to just do that, to get rid of a master card, it allows you to cycle cards, get rid of some cards that you are hand stuck with possibly, and be able to bounce a bleed. So really, really good. It's why she's in a lot of people's decks and why she's at the number 3 spot for me. At the number 2 spot, I came very close to making this number 1. I really had to debate, you know, it was very close because I of all of the vampires in 3rd edition, I've played Stick more than any other vampire. I don't think there's any doubt. I think I've played Stick more. And he is a Nosferatu and Titchabrew. He's superior animalism. You know, he's got the big paw, and he's 3 capacity, and he's killed more vampires for me than I can count. I mean, he just goes out and beats things up, and I love it. And he's just one of those really, really good, like Keith Moody, great 3-cap vampire. Stick is a great 3-cap vampire. If you're playing any sort of animalism deck, Stick goes into that deck very, very well. And he does a really, really good job. Like I said, came very close to making him number 1, but I couldn't make him number 1 because this vampire is a 1 vampire deck and a 1 vampire wrecking crew for me, and that's Armen Brenner. Armen Brenner is a Brujah and Titchabrew. He's got little paw, little blank space, big lightning bolt, big mountain, big fist, big asterisk. He is the Sabbat Archbishop of Washington, D.C. That means he's got 2 votes. And when a referendum Armen calls passes, you gain 1 pull after resolving the referendum. He is 10 capacity. Now, expensive? Yes. But those disciplines and the fact that you can gain pull off of the vote, this is what makes Brujah and Titchabrew so strong, because you can put him in there, of course, throw Hector in there, you make yourself, you know, this wonderful crypt, but the main staple for me is going to be Armen, and that is simply because I'm going to unlock and have him multi-act. I'm going to have him enter combat, beat somebody up. I'm going to have him make a vote, gain a pull. So really what this deck is designed to do, and really what Armen does for me, is it takes out voters. You know, you got a Justicar over there, he got to die. Okay, you got an Inner Circle vampire over there, he got to die. And Armen will do that. Armen will go over there and beat the crap out of those vampires for you. Then you unlock him, and then you control the vote, and you gain the pull for the vote. And so he's just a really, really strong vampire, and that's why he's got the number 1 slot for me as my favorite. That's my top 10 list, man. Let me know what your top 10 list is. Please put some comments down here on my YouTube channel. Fill it up, discuss, debate, have a good time with it, brother. Hey, man, I appreciate you watching. That's all I got time for. Thanks. Once again, it's early in the morning now. Man, thanks for watching. Y'all take care. Hey man, thanks for watching Reading Between the Lines. If you'll do me the kind favor, if you look right there. You see that little circle? That says subscribe. Hit that subscribe button for me. I appreciate it. Underneath that, that's a playlist. So if you want to watch more videos, hit the playlist. It's not complicated. It's real simple. Subscribe. Playlist. Subscribe. Playlist.